Auntie Dobbins. You must be our new hire, right? Great. Well, I was expecting you a little bit later, but I'm glad you came in early so we can get started on your training. So, first things first, I would like to make your employee information card. And then I can show you how to make a library card, since you will have your own staff library card, of course. Okay, get our employee section here. Okay. Okay. Yes, please have a seat and we can get your information down. Okay, so I need some basic demographic information first. Your full name. Okay. Also your birthday. I should put on your staff card. Okay. And I also need to know where you got your degree from, your university. Okay. Greenhaven. And also, what was your major? And finally, the fun part. What is your main interest? This is for our Reader Advisory Board, as well as our newsletter. We like to always include some books that the librarians are reading. So, you don't have to decide right now. As for some options, you can pick fungi, garden pests, maybe culinary gardening. I can help you pick this out later too. I'm actually going to need your assistance quite soon doing a little seed cataloging. We're going to be sending quite a few seeds to our interlibrary loan system, and I might need your help with that. So maybe that will pique your interest. So, okay, now that we made your staff card, we can make your library card, and I can show you how we do that. Let's pick an example here. This is Miss Iris Bloom. And the information that we require always is the name, the address, the birthday, we also put the date that they came in to get their library card. This we call the issue date. And then the expiry date, and this is always 1 year after the issue date, exactly. Okay. And then we also put the inviting person. As you know, this is an exclusive library, and you need an invitation in order to be a member. And in order to enter the library, you need to be a patron. Okay, so we also include the invited person on here, and also we like to get their interest. And we only include one interest for each patron, and we use this interest to develop the collection. And all of the patrons are sorted in here, which is the patron record. And they are sorted alphabetically. So let's see. You can see on Mr. Cedar Pinewood's card that he came in also to renew his card after the year was up. We require patrons to come and visit us to renew their card, of course. And at the front of the patron record is the new folder right here. And on this list, you can see the future patrons which have been invited. If you are not on this list, you cannot receive a card at our library. So if anybody comes in and claims that they were invited, please reference this list just to be sure that they should be here. Okay. And once a patron comes in, you can cross their name off the list. So let's make your library card pretending that you are a new patron. Hello, welcome. You're a new patron? Okay, great. So first we will check the newly invited members list, and we check to verify that their name is on the list. And once we see that, we will put down their name. So that's you, Avery. Fields. And then we get their address. For their address, we require an ID just to verify. Also to verify their name, so we can accept a passport, a state ID, a driver's license, something like that. So and then we put their birthday, which you can also verify from from their ID and the issue date, which is today. And the expiry date. In 1 year, and then we leave a space after the expiry date to give room to include future expiry dates. And then the invited by person, which I'm going to put as me, Wendy Dobbins. And then finally the interest. After that, we need to make a physical card for the patron. We have our box here. And we have our label printer, where we print a label with some of the corresponding information. So, we include the name, the birthday, the expiration, as well as the inviting person. We put it on their card, and then we require a signature on the bottom. So there's your new card. You can sign it. And then once we're finished, we file our copy in our patron record. And that's it. It's pretty self-explanatory. So now that you have your new card, let's learn how to check out books. So imagine you're a patron and you've come up to check out a book. You will present your card and we'll use your card information to look up your account. I can see that you don't have any books checked out, so you're afraid to check out this book. Each book has an envelope with a card inside. The card has the name of the book as well as the individual book's number, which you can see on the envelope as well as on the book. You can see when it was checked out last. You can see its Dewey Decimal number as well. So when a patron comes to check out a book, we will check the book's condition, make sure that it's suitable for checkout. We'll do just a quick no missing pages, no extreme damage. No hidden notes typically. And we also check the back page to make sure that our library stamp is present here, because we don't check out any books that come through the interlibrary loan system. We will only check out our library's books. And this is our library symbol. Okay. After we've determined that the book is in good condition, we will stamp it out. We use black ink only for checkout stamps. And we always check out 2 weeks. So we check our dates. Typically when you come in, this will already be done for you. But we just haven't had any checkouts yet today. So we will check out this book and we will stamp both this card as well as the envelope. And then we will clip the card to your library copy record, and we will put it back into the patron record file, just like that. And then the book is free to go out. For renewals, we require that the book is brought back in so that we may stamp the envelope as well as the card copy and just check that the book isn't damaged. So, now, let's say you've enjoyed this book for 2 weeks and you've brought it back in. Okay, so you would like to return this book. We will search for your patron record. See that you indeed have this book checked out. And we will also check again for any damage, any writing. We aren't too strict about this. These are public books, so to say. So as long as there isn't any serious damage, we won't charge a patron for that. We do, however, note damage. Let's say you saw maybe a little squiggle or a little smudge right here. You can do just a quick, small little note with your initials that you saw that damage and you verified it, so that it's not something new. Okay, so we see that there's no damage. The book is in good condition. We cross out the date. words here. And we put the card back into the envelope. And we put the books on that card right there. Yeah, that one. For them to be reshelved. Okay. And we take the patron record and put it back into alphabetical order. Just like that. A lot of times patrons will come in looking for a specific book. And that's where our card catalog comes into handy. This contains our complete collection of materials. And if you're ever bored and curious, feel free to browse this collection too, to familiarize yourself with what's available. So everything is organized here by alphabetical order, even the nonfiction books. So everything is by author's last name. And you could see the information about each material, the title, the author, and if there's no Dewey Decimal, that means it's a fiction book in our fiction section, organized by the author's last name. Also, each material's individual numbers on there as well. So, here's a nonfiction offering, The Complete Book of Herbs by Leslie Bremnes at location 635.7. You can see that this first section is A3. And then we have F through K. The Last Garden in England by Julia Kelly. And so on and so forth. This won't indicate whether the book is checked out or not. You will have to visually check on the shelf to see if the item is there and available, just so you know. For example, if a patron calls or leaves us a note that they're looking for a particular item, you can check in the card catalog if we have the item, and then check on the shelf if it is currently available. So, feel free to browse this anytime you wish. Sometimes when it's quite slow, I like to do a little refresher of what we have and also get a good idea of some areas that we're missing, some topics that we might need to pick up. couple items that we need to send to different libraries in our system. And I've gathered them before you arrived, and I was just going to start working on it so we can do it together and you can see how this works. So this is the whole list. It is developed once a week, and you can see the library it's supposed to go to, and these two items: Elm, Sow and Grow, Maple, Complete Works by Charles Dickens. So you may wonder, what are these names for the libraries? Well, they are code names. I'll show you the list. This is a very helpful little folder if you want information. There's a lot of information in here, so you can browse the training manuals. But right on the top here, you can see the Interlibrary loan cheat sheet. Our library is this symbol up here. We are the Clover Library. Then there's the maple, poplar, ginkgo, sycamore, birch, elm, and chestnut. So the library locations are secret. Only for a select few that know their locations and that what their true names are. For us, we go by these symbols and code names. So we can keep this handy so we can go through the whole list. So, once we've gathered all the materials, which we have up here, we can take them. Also need our patron record. Start with these ones first. So when we have the whole list, we check and see where this item is going, and we see it's going to ginkgo. So we need our stamps too. This can be a little bit of a messy business, so I like to keep a little card to put the stamps on. So we check our list and we see that the secret garden is going to the ginkgo library. We take one of our post-it notes. We put it on the front cover of the book. And we take our red ink stamp. We get our stamp nice and inked up, and we stamp the post-it note. card and the envelope with the dates that the book is released. And then we go in the patron record. And at the back here, you will find the library cards. This is through our interlibrary loan system. So then you will clip the library card copy to the interlibrary loan card, just like this. And that's how we know which books went where and also when they were released. And you put it back in there like that. It's pretty self-explanatory and easy. So let's see. We can do the next one as well so you can see how it goes again. Next is Complete Works by Charles Dickens. We find the stamp that we need, which is maple. And always we can reference our cheat sheets to be sure we pick the right one. Put a post-it. Put a stamp. Stamp both card and envelope with the date. And locate record, which is maple. And clip onto there. Let's do one more. I know it's a little bit confusing, a lot of moving parts. Okay, we have Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. Just going to Sycamore. And we can check on our cheat sheet to see that this is Sycamore. Take a post-it. The release dates. more. Release this book to them. Let's just do this last one. More flies, flowers, fur, and feathers. To chestnut. Just this one. And of course, once we've done them, we just do a single line, cross out, and once you're finished with the whole list, put the date, your name and signature, and then you file it right behind us. And we keep a complete list of all the whole list release items just for future reference. Do a little cleanup. Once you're finished with the ink pads, we like to use our little scratch paper and clean them off a little bit. Before you put them back into their bag. Okay. So that really is the main gist of everything. Please don't be nervous if you have any questions. Please ask. There's a lot to learn always. Lots of little moving parts in the library. So if you're ever confused, I'm always open to explaining something again, or maybe explaining a new situation that you encounter. Okay? We're very happy to have you with us. We're a very small community of like-minded individuals. So I think you're really going to find this place a new home for you.